I'm Doug Tobin, Public Information Officer with Pasco County Government, and welcome to this edition of Pasco 360 from the 2015 Pasco County Fair. Coming up in the next half hour, we'll show you some of the scenes from this year's Pasco County Fair, held each February on the Pasco County Fairgrounds in Dade City. Later in the show, we'll take you on a fishing trip with some tourists looking for grouper in the Gulf of Mexico. Land O'Lakes Library is home to a robotic building team. We'll show you as they get started on their latest project. Pasco County is home to a cypress tree that is among the top 10 in the state for its category. We'll explain more later. We're out here at the 2015 Pasco County Fair, held every February. We hope you bring your family next year to the 2016 edition. Each February at the West Pasco County Government Center is another type of show. It's the Art of Recycling Art Show. We thought we'd show you just what it's all about. Pasco County Commissioner Mike Moore, seen here with Pasco County Recycling Coordinator and event organizer Jennifer Sini, look over the entries in the 2015 Pasco County Art of Recycling Contest.
The way it started was the two original recycling coordinators, the one with the schools and the one with the county. They got together and said, we want to do something. And with the support of our former County Commissioner, Pat Mallory, they came up with the Art of Recycling, where you make art out of 70% used or recyclable materials, and it's been going strong ever since.
The Art of Recycling contest has been taking place for nearly 2 decades. The artwork was on display throughout the month of February at the Pasco County Government Center, allowing many people to stop by and see the great works.
And as a recent move to Pasco, I can say as a new resident that the enthusiasm with which especially the young people have gotten involved in this program and this project is really inspiring and gives a lot of hope for the future.
The art is judged on many different themes, like the best use of aluminum, best use of plastic, most innovative, and best environmental concept. There is even a Commissioner's Award. Pasco County Commissioner Mike Moore judged on behalf of the Pasco County Commissioners.
So far what I've seen is amazing. They're very creative. I'm very impressed with what they've done, and I'll tell you what, it's going to be very difficult to judge this contest. You know, I'm already torn between probably 30 or 40 pieces.
Pasco County government teamed up with Pasco County public and private high schools who submitted the best creations from each school. The students competed for cash prizes ranging from $100 to a $1,000 art scholarship.
So I'm judging the Commissioner's Award, which was a $100 cash prize that I donated actually myself to the for the prize, so it didn't have to come from any county funds or anything, obviously. But yeah, it's a difficult decision. I mean, these kids are creative, and I'm very impressed.
We've got things made out of tin cans that are just gorgeous. We have birds made out of tin cans. We have beaches made out of pieces of metal. We have an entire musical instrument over there. I haven't tried to play it, but made out of metal. Lots and lots and lots of creative stuff.
The exhibit and art contest is a cooperative project of the District School Board of Pasco County, Pasco County Recycling and Education, and the Pasco Arts Council. It really is amazing what can be made from trash. Think about that next time you put out your garbage. And also don't forget to recycle. In all, there was $2,500 worth of prizes given out to the students who participated in the 2015 Art of Recycling contest. This edition of Pasco 360, we're showing you some of the sights and sounds from the 2015 Pasco County Fair. Inside the livestock pavilion is where the 4-H students competed, showing off some of the livestock that they raised throughout the year. And we wish all the students who competed in this year's competition all the best. It really does make a county fair. Well, if you're looking for a little bit of serenity away from the Pasco County Fair, all you have to do is go to the Upper Cody River Preserve. It's a great place to take the family, and it's also home to the 8th largest cypress tree in the state of Florida. Let's take a look. At the end of this boardwalk lies a tree, not just any tree. It's a cypress tree, and it happens to be one of the tallest trees in the state of Florida, and it's right here in Pasco County.
Hi, I'm Christina Esposito with Pasco County Environmental Lands. I am the land manager. In 2007, when this piece of property was purchased, we knew that we had a rather large cypress tree on this property, but we didn't know how big it was or any of that. We were finally able in 2014, with the assistance of the Florida Forest Service Pasco County Forest Ranger, to come out and measure the cypress tree.
After careful measuring and data confirmation with the Florida Forest Service, the Pasco County Environmental Lands Division has discovered the first preserve purchased with Penny for Pasco funds is also home to the 8th largest bald cypress tree in the state of Florida.
We were kind of hoping that we were going to be in the top 10. That was kind of our initial, we think we can do top 10 just based on other pictures from other trees on the list. So when we got 8th, you know, we kind of accomplished our goal, and it's also the only tree that's actually on the list for Pasco County, so we were pretty happy with those results.
The tree is located in the Upper Cody River Preserve in north central Pasco County. The bald cypress tree stands 128 feet tall. It's 26 feet, or 313 inches around, and spreads its branches 25 feet on average.
There was a couple different measurements that you have to do in order to determine what score the tree gets. So they measure the height, they measured the girth of the tree, and they measured the tree canopy. So with those 3 measurements, they give, depending on what size it is, they give it a score, they give it a number, and then they add all those together and your tree gets a point value, and that's the point value that they use to rank your trees in order.
I'm Katie Macmillan. I'm a biological technician with Pasco County Environmental Lands, and I'm on the team that provides services here at the Upper Cody Preserve. Having not seen a tree of this size when I first saw it, I think I have everybody's reaction. It's just amazing. You can't believe that something that big has remained that long, and it's really fortunate that we have it.
The first time I came out here, when I first started working for Pasco County, I personally had not seen a cypress tree so large before. So just like everybody who kind of comes and sees it, they're kind of just mesmerized by the size and kind of where it is and just kind of the beauty it has.
The mystery as to why this hardy tree survived so long could lie with a scar that can be seen about midway up the tree.
We don't actually know how the scar occurred, but we have seen it on enough other trees that we're pretty sure it was a lightning scar, and it's probably what saved this tree so that it did not get logged.
We're not really sure how old it is. It's estimated anywhere from 200 plus years. It's pretty difficult to measure how old it is because it got struck by lightning. That's why there's a big kind of deep scar on it. So you can't really do a core sampling to determine the age.
Where is the lightning?
It's on this, when you're on the boardwalk, it's on the left-hand side, and you do have to come over to the edge of the observation platform to be able to see it. The timber that would have come from this tree would have probably been intended for what we call the naval stores. Most of the wood that was cut at the sawmills went into boat building, and with the lightning scar they would not have been able to recover enough lumber that would have helped them and in their transportation made it worthwhile.
This cypress tree now holds Champion Tree designation. The Champion Tree program was created by the American Forest Organization to recognize the largest known tree of each species in the United States.
The tree was measured in August 2014. That's when we officially made the list. It will get reevaluated after 10 years to kind of assess the height and the size of the canopy and everything to see if we either move up further on the list or move further down on the list. But currently the tree is approximately about 128 feet tall.
It's really fun to be here when people come down the boardwalk and they see the tree for the first time. They always exclaim, the little kids will cry out, and it's wonderful to just see people appreciate it right off the bat. After that, they start looking it over more, and they find the lightning scar on the left side. And I think their imagination starts running then because they realize that there would have been many other trees of this size in past centuries, and I think it gives them an idea of what a more undiscovered Florida might have been.
This cypress tree kind of contributed to us purchasing this piece of property. We bought this property in April of 2007, and it was about a 122-acre piece of property. And while we were conducting the site inspection before the property was purchased, the staff stumbled upon this tree, and because of this tree and other natural features, it was kind of a big deciding factor for the purchase of the property.
So next time you're out for a hike with nature, consider taking a trip to the Upper Cody River Preserve in Pasco County. It's a trip worth taking. I know I enjoyed myself and like to thank the staff for touring me around and showing me the 8th largest cypress tree in Florida. And we'd like to invite you out there as well to the Upper Cody River Preserve. This edition of Pasco 360, we're at the 2015 Pasco County Fair, showing you some of the activities and rides. Who knows, in the future, there may be an engineer who can design one of those rides from Pasco County. Why, you ask? Well, Pasco County Library is home to a robotics team. They're special students who really put a lot of work into making a robot for a national competition.
We ordered this square aluminum for using it as the purpose of C-channel. We need to cut one side off and then machine our design into the side of it, which will then help us pick up crates. And then we'll cut that part off and put it on a chain we've yet to attach on here. So we'll be able to pick up crate after crate on a chain system.
Gathering in the back of the Land O'Lakes Library is a team of Pasco County high school students who combine their skills to build a robot. They come from all over the county to work together on the first robotics competition.
I've built many robots from Legos and now to actual metal that we have to craft ourselves.
The Pasco County Library's robotics STEAM team, as it's called, combines skills using science, technology, engineering, arts, and math.
FRC, which stands for First Robotics Competition, you only have 6 weeks to build the entire robot.
There's different sections in the club. We have the programmers, we have the social media people, and then we have the builders. Personally, I'm a builder and I really like doing building. To actually make the robot, we have to go online, look at all the parts, then we have to figure out the expenses. After we're done with that, then we get everything in the mail.
Once the team assembles all the parts, they'll go to a special workshop to put the robot together. Today, they just got some new parts in the mail.
Aluminum. Sweet. With this, we can make the rest of the lateral shifting wheels, right?
The team is made up of more than 24 students. Today, one group was working on opening the new parts for the robot, while other members were working on designing the robot on their computers. And yet another part of the team was working on their presentation for the upcoming competition, where they'll compete against other students in Florida and, if they're successful, across the country.
To our knowledge, we're still the nation's first and so far only public library FRC team. So we have a disadvantage because we're building in a library. It's a double-edged sword. We have an advantage because we have access to the community, access to space, access to county funds if we do really well. But the problem is that we can't meet every single day like some FRC teams.
We all put all these resources together to build one giant robot that'll hopefully be ready in about 2 or 3 weeks.
And the Edgar Allan Ohms team was only about a dozen students last year. It was so successful that this year they nearly doubled in size. So good luck to them throughout the competition. And we'll join us again for future Pasco 360s. We'll check in on their robot to see how the competition's going. Springtime is always a great time to get out on the boat and fish the Gulf of Mexico. Pasco County Tourism Director Ed Comm recently went out on a boat with a few tourists who stopped in to see what Pasco County waters had to offer.
Thanks, Doug. Another outdoor adventure here in Pasco County on the Gulf of Mexico. Did a little fishing trip, went after some grouper. Successful trip. 4 got dropped back in the ocean. 4 came home with our 2 anglers. One was from Orlando, a transplant to Newport Richey, and his best friend came down from the Missouri area. Gene was able to fish with us, had a great day, a little windy, water temperature 74. We couldn't ask for more.
This year it's a strange year. The fish are in shallow, which is a good thing. You don't have to run as far to get them, but they're scattered around. The red tide has them moving. The unusual cold weather right now has got them scattered also. But if you look hard enough and you find rocks, you're going to find the fish. Basically, we use live bait. They seem to be hitting on. We caught a few on cut bait too, frozen bait. But live bait is always the best, I think. If you're going to take fishing seriously, you got to use live bait.
I'm Peter, and out here with my brother-in-law Gene. Came down from Missouri. We wanted to see how Big Bob ran a boat and caught fish. So we had a bundle of fun. He's a great captain, and next time we go out, we'll catch more fish than we caught this time. So we're looking forward to it.
The most popular fish we have here on the west coast of Florida for eating is gag grouper, which is what these are right here. They live in the rocks, ledges. You can find them sometimes in canals, deep water canals, in the wintertime, and all the way offshore, 200 miles. And they are very tasty, white, flaky meat. Good friends, good food. Over here at Gill Dog, they're going to cook it up any way we want it. A couple side items, cold beer. It just doesn't get any better than that.
One of the perks to catching fish here on the Gulf is being able to bring them right back and put them right on the table in front of you. Gill Dog Marine is one of those folks that will take your catch and take it right to the grill. Was able to treat Gene and Pete to some fish tacos with their caught grouper and also a famous grouper sandwich from here at the Gill Dog Marina. We went out with Captain Bob with Adrenaline Charters, excellent boat captain. Look for him at the website address listed below here. That's Captain Bob Hubbard with both Island Paradise Charters and also Adrenaline Charters. Thanks, Captain Bob, for taking us out. We look forward to seeing you here on the next edition of Pasco 360. I'm Ed Com. I'll see you outdoors. Back to you, Doug.
Thanks, Ed, for taking us out on the boat and enjoying some good old-fashioned fishing on the Gulf of Mexico. Earlier in the show, we showed you the 8th largest cypress tree in the state of Florida, and it's right here in Pasco County. We thought we would end the show by taking you back to the Upper Cody River Preserve and show you some of the sights and sounds, especially along the beautiful boardwalk. We're here at the 2015 Pasco County Fair. This is the agricultural entrance, one of the two main entrances into the fair. We hope you enjoyed some of the sights and sounds from this year's fair, and we hope to see you again next year, around February, for the 2016 Pasco County Fair.